Alright, so this is my video of my down UnderQuilt filling device. I'm using a shop vac type vacuum with the exhaust pipe going out this way. There's nothing in the vacuum. I'm just using it as an air source. The battery's not included. Just following the hose here. Coming across here. That then goes into this 5-gallon bucket, which I've got one of the attachments on the other side of that hose there, so that hold it in place so it doesn't bounce out. And then I've got a hose in the bottom, a small hose, coming around this way. Excuse me. Going into another small hose. I wanted to get some extra moving around, so I taped 2 small hoses together here. That doesn't seem to be a problem. Coming around here. At the end of this hose, I've attached a PVC piping. It's not actually PVC, it's just a plastic tube I had. And I needed a little longer length, so I had one thin one and one thick one. And these right here are actually from a golf case where you slide the golf clubs down into. So I had 2 of those that were, one was thin and one was thick, so I slid them into each other. And that's my tubes that I'm going to insert into the quilt. Let me turn some more lighting on here so you guys can see. Maybe not getting that great lighting on this right now. There we go, some better lighting. So the plan here is to take the tube, run it down inside here, which I have to do with 2 hands because I have to get it all the way down the side of it, and then pump it down in, and as I'm pulling it out, and then shutting it off. Now, the problem I foresee is that this quilt is made with separate, like there's not just one baffle going down here and one baffle going down here, and after thinking about this, I really should have done that. I think it would have made a huge difference had I done that. Instead, I put baffle here, baffle here, baffle here, baffle here. Baffle here, baffle here, baffle here. I'm sorry. Baffle here, baffle here. So I made squares. And all of my baffles have a gap at the corners. So they only go from like here to here, and there's a gap. And then from here to here, and there's a gap. And you can see that really well in my picture that I've had up on the internet a couple times, and I'll show it here again. I'm not going to get a good video of it here with the camera, but you can see that wherever there's no dotted line, or no line there, there's a gap. So my baffles are all open throughout the inside, so I can move down around if I want to. But what I'm worried about in the fill process is that as I'm blowing in this side over here, all that down is going to want to push over this way and fly out the top. So I'm going to have to find some kind of roll system or some kind of seal system to keep this sealed up as I go in here and put it into the tubes, squares, so to speak, hoping that it all doesn't just blow across or whatever. It's going to be an experiment. I will have the camera running so you all can see how much of a fool I make out of myself as I'm doing this. And we'll see what we get, you know. It'll either work or it won't, one of the two. Nonetheless, I just want to show everybody my system before I hooked it all up and literally blew the top off of it and down flew everywhere. So we'll either all get a laugh together, or I'll have a full down quilt when it's all said and done. I showed you my down. It's way over on the other side of the garage. I won't be able to show you probably. Way over there is my big down filled bags that I've collected so far, and I'm kind of ready to go. I'm a little unsure about how to seal this end right now as I'm going down. I think I'm going to roll it and tape it and hope it doesn't blow open. Now, I'm going to turn this on to show you how it works here, just to give you a little understanding. It's going to get loud, but I'll try and explain it. So I turn this on, and this is pressurized down the inside of here. I have to tape it down because it's pressuring up so much. What I did was, this right here, that is the same stuff you see inside of here. Rolled up a whole bunch, and that's my exhaust hole for too much pressure. That's going to allow the air to come out so there's not too much pressure and my lid doesn't blow off. Alright, I'll explain that again with that off in case you didn't hear. So I had to cut this hole in here. I originally only had about that big of a hole, but as soon as I turned on the vacuum in reverse, it blew the lid right off. And actually blew it off and it split the corners of my lid right here, here, and here. Just split it apart. So that's why you see tape on there. And I was a little concerned maybe I should just go get a new lid. They're not that expensive. And start over, cut new holes, and try again. Because if this lid blows off while the down's in there, there's going to be down everywhere. And you might be able to tell just from this video that my garage and basement are not the cleanest places in the world, but I really don't want to have to go sucking down out of everything. I really don't. But anyways, I'm going to try anyway. So up here, I just viced in this so I wouldn't accidentally pull this apart here. So that's kind of just viced in right there so it doesn't move. So all I'm going to be able to move is this right here. And see how that doesn't move anything else then? So, and I tried to put complete pressure on the end of this and seal it up to see if my lid blows off, and it does not. But now that's just with no down in there. That's just straight air. So once this right here clogs up with down, I could be in some serious trouble. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the down in there and then duct tape all the spots where it could split it down. Just go ahead and do it as soon as I get the down in there. I'll pack as much as I can in there. That'll probably be messy, but I'll do it as slow and easy as possible. And then put the lid on, and then we'll go for it. That's all I've got. So we're going to try it. If we have down everywhere, then we'll rebuild the whole thing and start from scratch. Alright, that's all the explanation I have for now. Okay, the only thing I've added in here is a safety feature, where I can turn this off instead of having to run over to the vacuum. I can just kick the switch to shut it down. So I'm going to hook it up and go get my down and get started here. I can't get everything in the picture, so I'm going to get a little bit of a bucket in the back here so you can see that, and right where I insert it. I'll be right back. I got to grab it down. I have no way of weighing this, so I don't know how much it will be in here. So this is going to make a mess. It's so loose it doesn't feel like you're even grabbing anything. And it's not compact at all. I wonder if compacting it ahead of time might have been a good idea. I don't know that it would have stayed compact anyway. I can see I'll be vacuuming for a couple days after I'm done here, just to get all the down that's floating around off the ground. I'm going to go ahead and fill it to the tub. Might as well go all the way on the first shot, right? No experimentation here. Alright. I'm going to move this over here now. This has got bad written all over it. Move this back into the corner over here. Let's see. Line my 3 brake marks up with tape. Okay. It's like 100 degrees in this house. So, what a perfect day to get down stuck all over you. Here goes nothing. I taped along the edge here in case you couldn't see it. Make sure everything's still going. Looks like we're doing good. Alright. We got 11 minutes of time left on the clock here before I run out. My emergency switch is covered here, so I can uncover that. Here goes. So, it didn't do anything. I don't know. I got places where it's leaking. It's starting to come apart here. Obviously the pressure is too much. I put too much down in there. I thought that filling would be the best. All the air's coming out right here. And down's shooting out the little grooves as much as it can here. So this is not the best solution. Alright, back to the drawing board. I don't know if anybody's got any suggestions on how to get the down into my UnderQuilt besides just pushing it in piece by piece. Let me know. Talk to you later. Well, that experiment was the final experiment. It blew everywhere. Wish I had the camera on, but I didn't. The back side of the can blew out. The tape came off, and the back side of the can blew out. And the down came out, just not out the hose. So now I got some vacuuming to do. Alright. I have no idea how Miguel is down. I have no idea how Miguel is down in this quilt. It was a great idea to retrieve it from coats, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm out.